What up, y'all? It's Mac Action coming at you with another reaction. And today we're doing People So Stupid by Tom Macdonald. And yeah, somebody in the comment section requested this, and I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? I've sort of been on a little hiatus because I was a little under the weather. After New Year's, caught some sort of bug. I don't know. I just had to rest and recover. And right now I'm at about 80% and feeling a lot better. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's go. 80% is good enough for me. Let's do it. So yeah, let's get right into it, y'all.
Hi, I'm praying that the world changes soon. Can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you
Oh wow, a lot already. He said you can get a doobie on a plane. I mean, you can't get a doobie on a plane, but you can get a Uzi in school, right? Yeah, that's pretty much facts, right? It's easier to feel. It seems like it. Maybe even especially when I was growing up. I don't know about the security in schools now, but when I was growing up, dude, bringing a gun to school wasn't even something that they checked for. I could just have it anywhere. I didn't, but it was something that was definitely possible. We didn't have too much security. Our security wasn't as tight as an airport security. And I'm gonna chalk that up to that being like a quality of life issue, right? Like, how terrible would it be if you had to go through airport security every time you went to school, right? It would be so like, it wouldn't even be worth it. Like, I would want to switch schools so bad, but is it worth it when it comes to protecting your kids? I guess, yeah, right? You want them to, live, and some schools have metal detectors and stuff, right? And then what he said about you can't grab boobies without getting Me Too. Yeah, the Me Too movement. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Obviously it did a good job at getting rid of the monsters of the world, right? The ones who really, really needed to go down. But in excess, it ruined a lot of careers that didn't deserve to be ruined. And, so I guess there was some it was sort of necessary. But there were some things that it could have been done a little better and smoother. And it seems like everything we do, we go take it to the extreme. And it's when we hit that extreme area when I start to disagree with it. It's like, okay, it's doing what it needs to do, but now a misdemeanor, you're ruining this guy's career over. Elevator eyes, right? You just got Me Too'd over elevator eyes. Come on now.
expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended?
Really?
Being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to this.
Said being fat is beautiful. Name something you can't do. True, man. I have nothing against them. Obviously some people that are overweight are beautiful, right? And no one's taking away from that. And no one's trying to say if you have something wrong that you're not beautiful anymore. And we just talked about it earlier. When it's when it comes down to the extremes, it's like now we're in a case where you're telling people that it's okay to be fat. They shouldn't even over obese. They shouldn't even try to lose weight because they're just beautiful how they are. Okay, you may be beautiful, but you're still you're still unhealthy. You need to correct that. And now since we're promoting it now, and you got an obese woman specifically, and she doesn't feel like she needs to help herself out of that because people are telling her that it's okay to be that. Why change when this is cool? This is beautiful. This is in. It doesn't make any sense. And that's we always go overboard when it comes to these things. And yeah, facts, man.
Flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion.
Yeah, and back to the extremes again. It's like we keep coming up with new things, right? Like it was race, and then it was, gender, and then the other genders, and sexuality, and then it became weight, and it's like, what's next, man? Hair color and nail length, beauty, right? I think they started attacking beauty sort of too, like there's no standard, like everyone's beautiful. I'm sorry, man, like there's more beautiful people than you are. There's nothing you could do about that. We could test that. Let's all go to the club and see who gets the treatment, right? Who gets bought drinks the fastest. That's how you can tell. And not saying there's nothing in here, there's something wrong with you because you're not the most beautiful person or and all that. It's just there are people who have something more than you have in particular areas. It's just something we have to accept as humans. And I think people are trying to avoid accepting that there's somebody better than them, right? And it's getting weird. Somebody's better than you, okay? And that's always weird when your girlfriend asks that question. Is there anybody better looking at me? Yeah, yeah. But as far as like through my eyes, you're the most perfect package, right? I don't want that just because she has longer hair than you, or you were picked for a reason. For men and women, right? You picked your partner for a reason. You didn't pick her because she's the most beautiful person in the entire universe, right? That's not why I picked you. So don't ask me if that's what you are. It's just my situation. I've had that situation happen to me so many times. It feels like a trick question every time.
And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth.
Oh, wow.
Weird.
Yeah, bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat's not life on Earth. Yeah, I mean, you got a good point there. You know, you're like recognizing this as life and you want to preserve it, protect it, and then say there's life on Mars. But in during conception, which is way more than just bacteria, right? At play there, you don't want to claim that that is life, right? I'm not some sort of guy who's easily, I'm not on like one end of this spectrum. I do understand both sides. I get it. Except the extremely progressive version of the left's um, argument is really, really crazy because they just don't care, right? They just believe that it's like all about, a female autonomy. It has, at least the moderate people at least care that their baby inside a little bit. I don't like the argument trying to argue against the fact that it is a life, because it's definitely a life. There's nothing you can say to me, and it's not like I'm a radical. It's more like you conceived it. DNA was created. DNA is a representation, right, of you know the life that's going to form around it, right, and like in all of its functions and starting to develop. Once something is developing, that is now the life. It's developing now. It's now alive and it's developing. At any stage, if you destroy a person, you destroyed that person. If you destroy Mac Action at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, it doesn't matter what stage you destroy me at, you just still destroy me. There's no getting around that fact. And since there's no getting around that, there's no way for you to say that you didn't take a life when you got an abortion. But, and to me, it's about like, hey, what are the morals of our land? Since our land needs to come to a big moral agreement. I like what somebody said, keep abortion rare, right? And it was a whole quote, right? And that's what you should do. Keep it rare when you really, when it's life threatening. I know the Christians and the religious people don't agree with that, but hey, I get it. If it's life threatening, if it's all these other extreme reasons, right? Go for it. But don't try to tell me it's not a human. I don't want to hear that part. That it is.
so stupid? Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them, y'all so dumb. People so stupid, people so dumb, people so boo-hoo, wah.
His courses are always like pretty cool, getting the point across kind of courses. Yeah, what's with that? Like lately, like they've been coming up with all these reasons to call you phobic, right? Like you don't want to date guys. So, and you know what's funny? I was in this situation. I was with a girl. She was doing like a smash or pass thing, and she showed me like a trans individual who went from male to female, and she was like, I was like, pass, right? And I didn't even do it all messed up. I was just like, nah, pass. And then she started saying why, and I was like, because it's a guy. I'm attracted to females. And she's like, well, he's a female too, transition. Like, no, man. What's with the people who want you to consider non-biological women as women, right? I don't care if you consider them that. And it's not like I'm going to walk up to the person and be like, hey, you're not what you claim to be. But if you're going to ask me if I'm going to date it, no, right? You're asking me a question, and that's my reasoning why. I have a right to want to date something that has the female sex I want children in the future, right? Someone that could birth them and have my DNA. And you can't do that with another male, right? I don't know why that's a hard thing to accept.
I, for one, am not surprised the world declined along the way. Give trophies to children for losing just because they decide to play. We exercise our right to vote and hate the politicians. Hey, this is a demand.
Yeah, man, that whole giving the trophies to the kids just for deciding to show up, that's ridiculous, because it's like, man, where's our meritocracy going? Where is the incentive to want to even compete? I wish it was like, like sarcastically, if it was like that back in the day when I was competing, I wouldn't even saw the reason. The reason I loved running track is because when I won, it felt really good. I got first place. I got the gloat and all of that, right? I got the star power. If everyone's getting the same trophy, then it defeats the entire purpose. If I don't get told that I'm doing a great job for doing a great job, then, the reasoning behind it is just like diminished, hardcore. And it seems like all the things that are going on are all happening within the same like period of time, right? Like the last, like, I don't know, last decade, all of this stuff has come to fruition like at the same time. Weird phenomenon, right?
Democracy, it's partly your decision. Hey, this is weird. Feels like this a different year. If I identify as a female, then when my balls and penis disappear. Children want a gender switch, and hating men is feminist. Depression and anxiety are trendy. We're too sensitive. Invented 80 genders. Mad the world is not accepting it. Then gave them.
This guy's crazy. He just says whatever he wants. Invented 80 genders and no one's accepting it. I mean, it's a lot more than that, buddy. I heard it's infinite. And you want to know why it's infinite? It's infinite because basically it's personality, right? Like wherever you feel, like I'm feeling all like not so masculine and assertive today. I'm feeling like as soon as you feel a way, you just created a new gender. Your feelings are genders. It's like, so are we replacing genders with personalities? Is that the like disconnect? Is that what's happening? They turn gender into like a word in lieu of personality, which, I mean, it's crazy, like why is that a thing? But no, Tom, not 80, infinite amounts. But what's funny is if you go and get a gender reassignment surgery, you only have two choices. So do you want to be a they? How do you even like change into a they? Right? Yeah, I need some non-binary surgery. Can you change me into that? But yeah, there's only, when you go and get a gender transformation, when you go get the surgery, there's only two choices there. Right? I should tell you something.
More attention than normal women and men can get. What a contradiction, being human is so tragic. Focus on minorities, ignoring all the masses. Hallelujah, everyone. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, they're, focusing on minorities, ignoring all the masses. And just like, not saying there's anything wrong with focusing on minorities at all. It's just that you don't do it at, the expense of the masses, right? You don't do something that hurts the masses for the minorities, right? I mean, unless it was just really, really, really moral, like, hey, these minorities are all dying, so we had to do blah blah blah, and that kind of affects the masses a little bit. But no, like, especially like the point zero, it's like creating a whole bathroom for people who grow six fingers or something, right? There's like one of these people. It's like one of these people in the world. So you're gonna make bathrooms specifically for them, and you're gonna do all these accommodations for them, even if they if it goes against the masses, right? It just doesn't make sense. You have to listen to the masses too, right? You have to. It's not all about a group, a minority group. It's not all about protecting them because of their feelings, right? It's about listening to everybody.
Relations. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them, y'all so dumb.
People so stupid. Sketchy. Is he saying get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues? Oh my God, Tom. And I've been looking at the imagery here. It's like he's been crucified, right? Crucify me because you guys are stupid. Yeah. I love how like he puts his videos together. He tries to get the message across with imagery a lot. I could tell like he puts a lot of effort into that. And he works with whatever they have, whatever budget they have too, right? They do a pretty good job.
Look, I get it. It's like the world is going crazy. Seems like a school shooting happened.
Wait, I missed the point I want to talk about. Let me go back some before I start talking about the imagery.
Congratulations. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic.
Oh yeah, the plastic straws wrapped in the paper straws wrapped in plastic thing. Is that actually a thing? Because I don't know if that's the thing. I don't have a paper straw. I'm sick of the paper straws, but very contradictory. If that's the thing, very contradictory. You find that it's like, well, so how are you saving animals doing it this way? But yeah, I just want to touch on that a little bit. That is ridiculous. If that's the actual thing, I don't know if I've seen it, but I'm gonna look out for that next time I get a paper straw. It better not be wrapped in plastic. If it is, I'm calling the company right away. Like, hey, so the point of this is, I guess straws are a little more dangerous than the wrapping on the straws. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I want to touch on.
People so stupid, people so dumb, people so the world is going crazy. It's like the world is. Look, I get it. It's like the world is going crazy. Seems like a school shooting happens almost daily. The racism, rape culture, hatred that we're facing is way too ingrained for our hashtags to change it. We've become so lazy and complacent.
Yeah, man. People think they're like changing things with their hashtags and bringing awareness. Like, I guess you feel like you get participation points for that stuff, right? Like you feel included in the conversation. Because you know what's funny? Like the people. And this is real, dude. Like the people who claim that they're not racist and sexist and all these things, right? You like talk to them and they like, I'm trying to remember. I asked this lady, right? Um, like this one girl was telling me how like much she thinks white people don't deserve something, blah 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 blah. I'm like, don't you know that's also racist? You're somebody who would actually, if this was the reverse, if you were a white person, you would be an actual racist because you're able to be racist the opposite way, right? So you'd be racist if you were whatever race you were, you would be racist. If you were white, you'd be racist. You're black right now and being racist, right? Because you think a whole group of people are responsible for something or are evil or something. So you're the actual racist, even if, you're the one thing we're fighting against right here, right? These people think they're not like racist and they do racist shit. It's so like, I don't know how that's invisible to them. What kind of psychological problem do you have to have for you not to notice that, right? People who just aren't racist, they don't even have to like prove it. It's not even like me. I don't even think about it. Like how hard, how like hating someone because of their skin. I don't even know how to even go about doing it. Like, oh man, you're terrible. There's no way you're a good person, right? It's just a weird thing to even imagine. I feel like you have to be mentally ill to even be a real racist, right? Um, that's my take on that.
Afraid of our generation, we think activism's Instagramming memes and complaining it's a problem.
Just talked about that.
Actually actions you could be taking, but you're triggered, so you just cry like a baby.
You could actually be doing real shit, but you're just crying like a baby. Like, go do some real stuff, man. Go do something real. If you feel like people in your area are oppressed, first of all, find out if they are oppressed. Find out like the reasoning why, what's behind it. Talk to the people. Start locally. Start in like one little town, maybe your town. Find out like what the minorities there think and what's happening to them, and and see if you can help fix it, right? But just making a hashtag or just pretending you give a shit is nothing, and that's kind of where I stand. Like, I don't try to pretend like I'm some hero, right? And not do anything about something. Like, see what I do, because I know, like, let's say with African Americans, I kind of know, sorry, throat. I know some of the issues. I see these issues. I grew up in these neighborhoods. I understand why kids are the way they are. I understand what's holding them back. So whenever I meet, um, um, a lot of African American kids, males especially, um, I talk to them about, how to fix things in their life. Like, I'll give them a whole conversation. That's my way of helping. Hey, this is how you need to. I'll tell people, friends, hey, you need to pay attention to your kids. Do not let them be raised by the TV. Do not believe everything you hear. This is how you purchase a house. This is how you this is how you use your income to grow. This is how you grow your wealth. This is how you do that. Knowledge, teaching them good habits, and also telling them what's possible. Because you'll be amazed at how much, and this is probably in any community, right? Not just the African American community, but you'll be amazed how much they just don't know what they can do, what they're capable of, and it's just information. They don't have these people telling them information. I know in the hood, you have the same stuff going on all over the place. It's hard to focus. It's hard to focus when you want to join your peers and you want to be part of some group, and then most of the groups are toxic in some sort of way. So you're going to end up being involved in some toxicity and rinse and repeat. But yeah, I try my best to like combat that, and um, you know, um, you're helping. Take a friend, right? You guys have a friend, minority or not. Take a friend, maybe struggling. Help your friend with stuff. Show them the way. Whatever you're doing, that's great. Show them how to do it, right? That's all it is. That's helping. Another person being great or another person making it, it's a lot of help, right? To your community. She looks like so brain dead. She just like staring, like it's kind of creepy-ish. Is that Tom? I didn't even notice. Is this Tom? This lady? No, it's not. Is it? It's her actual lady. Uh, Wait, I just want to see. Like, is that an actual lady? Yeah, I don't know, man. What the hell? Somebody let me know. All right. But yeah, that's the end of that. Very, very good song. People So Stupid by Tom McDonald. Hall Gang. Hall Gang. I read. Dang, what did that mean? Somebody in the comments told me, but I read it and then got sick and forgot all about what it meant. But I know that's his whole like oh, right here, Hangover Gang. Hangover Gang. Okay, not Hog. I remember I thought it was Hog, but it's a Hangover Gang. Okay, and that's the little tag here, and that's his little crew and stuff like that. Which is cool. I heard they're like really big supporters. Glad he's doing really, really good, and I know he has some new music out. I'm gonna check that out too. I'm just like checking out like some older stuff to see what he was like, and see how much like so far I'm liking most of the stuff. I'm liking the subjects. I'm liking the boldness. I'm liking all that because we need that kind of messaging. Yeah. Thank you guys for checking me out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully I can continue doing more content because I'm feeling a lot better. I got original content coming soon. I'm just trying to get more comfortable at doing this. Yeah, man, I like doing social commentary and the state of the world we live in, and trying to come up with ways we can do better, right? And so I really appreciate you guys checking me out, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. All right.